Go.
Go.
Live. Go.
We're
go,
live.
Go.
We should do something at the start, shouldn't we?
What should we do?
Let's introduce ourselves. Welcome
Let's do
to
it.
this episode of Short Combos. I am JC Warrior Light Cashman.
And as Miralai, welcome to the show, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all smiling in these crazy, crazy times.
We've got a new segment. Should we start with our new segment, quote of the week? Did you come prepared?
I've come prepared, but are you going to lead the dance for this one?
Well, yeah, I think I will. I did a Yoda quote last week. I wanted to follow on with I'm going to go with a Bruce Lee quote this week. I think it's sort of fitting to follow Yoda. I was thinking I'll do it in a Bruce Lee accent, but I'll probably offend people if I did that, so I won't. It's not about what happens. It's about your reaction to what happens that matters. And I thought that was very fitting for the current climate of everything as well.
Yeah, I like it. We've spoke a lot about not being too reactionary and being a bit more productive in approaching things like that. I love a Bruce Lee quote.
Yeah, it just feels like it just fills you with lots of power, I feel.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a book of all his quotes, because he's actually got loads when you really look at all his interviews and stuff. I wonder if anyone's collected kind of all his wisdom into one place.
Oh, there's a bit of homework for us. We can go find out.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't we?
We're going to go dig that one out. I think that'd be a good one. My one, I had two. I'm going to go with the one that I picked up today. So this is actually from Denzel Washington, the actor.
Yeah,
and he says,
Washington.
I like a bit of Denzel Washington. He says, "You never see a U-Haul truck following a hearse. You can't take it with you." And that was I like that today. And he is basically talking about what really matters and what's really important. So, and for anyone from the UK who doesn't know what a U-Haul truck is, moving van. You never see a moving van behind a hearse. So
I like that. I've not heard that one before as well.
No, neither have I. It was a fresh one. That's why it stuck with me today.
Should we catch up on the week, Az? I don't feel like we've caught up recently.
No, it's been a busy one. So, restrictions back up. World's gone a little bit loop-de-loo again. I don't know what's going on in America.
What's going on?
It's Mad Max all over the place. I watched that film again recently. Isn't that just such a good film?
Did you watch a new one as well, Fury Road?
That's the one I meant. That's the one I rewatched. I need to go back and redo the Gibsons.
The originals. But it's great film. So we've got to get a lever out ready. For
sure. I mean, it looks like it, doesn't it? I don't know. It's a little bit mad. And I try not to now spend too much time thinking about it, because I don't think it's healthy at this stage to kind of ponder on it all too much. But,
I spoke to someone else today, and we were talking about events and things that we would usually be organising. For instance, the Bristol Open. Do you want to hit a bell? That's a martial arts.
That's a martial arts one. Bristol Open, for anyone who's not from that world, it's a very big tournament here in the UK of kickboxing.
And the Bristol Open was planned for this weekend, and it's like we're not doing it. And it's like I was talking to this friend, and it's like, when are we going to be doing an event? And when you start to think about that, it makes you a little bit sad and a bit fed up with it all. But then we both said, look, you just got to live day by day at the moment, week by week, and just play it as it goes at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, I saw European Championships are now cancelled.
Yeah.
And, it looks like all of this stuff could be in place for another 6 months. So you're looking, in our sport, we're looking at like British Championship, Irish Open, huge events that might potentially be not happening. And then, beyond that, things like the Olympics and stuff like that are all...
Well, I read something that the Olympics said they were going to go ahead no matter what. It's like they were going to do it, but is there a no matter what that's going to stop it? It's like it's not going to just be Japan versus Japan, is it?
Yeah, I can't see how they can do that. I mean, it would cost the world to be able to do it in a way that anyone would consider COVID secure. And there's certainly certain sports that, without just putting them in a massive bubble for the whole time, there's just no way you'd be able to do it. So if they are going to pull it off, I don't know where the money's going to come from to manage it.
Well, that said, I was going to bring it up actually. The NFL season has started. I should have worn I haven't got a white. Yeah, I have got a white NFL. I'm going to do that next week. I'll wear a white NFL top next week. The NFL season has started, and they have gone very much with a president that COVID's going to be around, and we're going to learn to live with it. And that was really, really upbeat for me to see. And nearly every stadium doesn't have spectators. There's a couple that have got like socially distanced stadiums, so instead of having 70,000 they have like 7,000 or whatever. So it's far reduced, and they are doing everything otherwise as usual. They've got a hell of a track and trace system. Everyone has a fob on, and they're doing everything that they should be. But it was really reassuring to see it up and running. And yeah, it's a big money machine. There's huge, TV coverage that they make from everything. But like the commentator, he was asked a few questions about COVID before the first game kicked off. Then he was asked a few questions about the whole Black Lives Matters and the political things that are going on in the teams and in the sport with that. And he answered them, fully and everything. And then he turned around and said, "Look, guys, I don't mind talking about this. It's all great what people are doing, for equality, and we've got to sort this whole COVID thing out. But I'm just here to commentate football today. I just want to enjoy football. It's like, let's just forget about the world and just absorb ourselves." And it was really refreshing to hear him say that, because that's very much what I'm trying to do with the things that I do, and what I miss, I suppose, about the sport. So I was going to say today about the impact sport has on everything, and not having it what it does as well. It's like when the Olympics were in London, there were a few people like, "Oh, it's costing so much money. It's like, what's it for?" But to me, the value of sport, I'm sure you agree.
Oh yeah, and it's across the board, isn't it? Like you said, as a fan, you miss it. As someone who competes, you miss it. As a coach, you miss it.
Yeah.
Everyone, and even just people who just occasionally drop in and watch a bit of it or go to the odd game. I think we didn't realize just how a massive part of our lives it is, regardless of what level you play at or what level you take part in. It's a huge thing. And I think it's been a huge gap for a long time. So I welcome it back. I'm glad to see big sports starting to return and do their thing again. As if we're being as safe as we can be and using a amount of common sense, I don't see why it can't happen.
And then it had me thinking about sport itself to talk to you, and it's like the health benefits, obviously, aside, people do sport to keep active and everything else. But what is it that draws us to sport? Like, I'm not a big supporter of teams, for instance. Like, I support an NFL team, and we'll talk about that next week. I'll wear my shirt. And I am seriously invested in our sport, the martial arts, from a coach, from a organizer, from everything else. So pretty much all my time goes to that. But I don't follow a football team. I don't follow any other motorsports or anything like that. If it's on, I'll watch it. If I'm around my brothers and he's watching a bit, I'll watch it. If the Olympics are on, I'll watch it. If the World Cup is on, I'll watch it. But I can always appreciate sport.